grieving family hoping to spread awareness. Good evening, I'm Febin Casahoon. Last month marked 2 years since the death of Akeda Houghton. The 40-year-old was shot and killed by the father of her child back in 2022. Akeda's death sparking a larger conversation surrounding domestic violence in a relationship. According to the National Domestic Violence Hotline, intimate partner violence accounts for 15% of all violent crimes, with 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men in the United States who have been the victim of severe physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. A sobering statistic, which is why Akeda's family is turning their tragedy and grief into a resource for others. A documentary on domestic violence now in production. Akeda's mother and cousin voicing a message that they hope sticks with young men and women knowing the signs of domestic violence.
One of the baddies for Bills. She was the biggest Bills fan ever.
T-shirts are just one of the many items Akeda Houghton has to remind her of her daughter, Akeda.
She could retain things. She was smart. She would beat me at Jeopardy every night, although I wouldn't let her think that she beat me, but she would. And I was like, how did you know that, you know?
Akeda would have celebrated her 43rd birthday on August 20th, but instead her family celebrated her in memory through a balloon release to remember her precious life cut short by her baby's father.
Her headstone was laid about 2 weeks before the balloon release. A lot of people that were there contributed to the headstone. Parents pushing past their grief, they were sponsors for her headstone. So we wanted to have it there as a celebration of life.
Taniqua McDuffie is Akeda's cousin.
I always seen her being like an older cousin and just beautiful, kind of wanting to be just like her, tattooed, wanting to have the tattoo just like her. So just seeing her grow and then kind of wanting to be like her, it was always like an admiration for myself.
Though based in Atlanta, she's in Buffalo for a limited time to work on a documentary shedding light on Akeda's death and to help others become more aware of domestic violence.
A lot of women, especially in the African American community, that this is happening to, and they don't know the signs, or they're in a relationship and they're like not being able to get out of it. So I think this documentary will really show like the signs and what to do if you're in this situation.
I want young women to find a way to be able to recognize when they're with someone who's a narcissist, or recognize that there's help if you're in a domestic violent relationship.
McDuffie shared these clips that will be used in the documentary.
Right now, I'm just kind of doing a lot of interviews with family and friends and people that are close to her.
In the meantime, Akeda's son, Cannon Legacy Houghton, who was born prematurely and was 1 pound and 1 ounce at the time of her death, is now a toddler full of life. He shares the same twinkle that Akeda had in her eyes.
She was just a well-rounded, good person, loyal to her friends, and they were loyal to her, and they still are. And they helped me with Cannon. My son I don't know what I would do without him.
The documentary is still in its early stages. McDuffie tells me that she expects to complete it by about 2025. Now, if you or someone you know may be a domestic violence victim, help and resources are always available, including the Family Justice Center, Haven House, and the Nation Domestic Violence Helpline. Now, those numbers are on your screen and can be found on our website.